Moin moin. Today I'm going to show you my 20 minutes daily routine for learning new vocabulary. I will be using German as an example because I'm learning German now, but this method works with more or less any modern language. Most people quit learning languages because of overwhelming vocabulary, but vocabulary is the key to the language, so you have to learn it. There is kind of no other way around. One approach is drilling dictionaries. I actually have a couple of them here. This one is crazy good. But there is a problem with this approach. It is boring. Today I will show you my method that helps me to add to my vocabulary around 10 words per day. And the best part, it takes around 20 minutes. And also I'm using AI, so it's kind of cool and techy. Let's get started. My method contains 7 steps. And step 1, you need to select a topic. This may sound simple, but it is actually extremely important. German is not the first language I'm learning, and what I understood from my experience that it's critical to learn language in a context of things you really like or enjoy. For example, I don't care about sports. I don't care about basketball or hockey. So for me, it doesn't make sense to learn words related to sports. I will eventually learn them somehow, but if I will now be drilling this topic, it will be overwhelming, not interesting, frustrating, and eventually useless. But I like cooking, and today I want to learn some German words about cooking. And now we go to step 2. We will create a words list, and here where AI will help us. I want to ask AI language model to create this list of words for me. I will be using ChatGPT for this purpose. You can use any model you want, Claude, Gemini, whatever. I found a prompt that works quite well for me. All prompts will be in a separate document in the description. So I asked ChatGPT to create a list of 10 words about cooking in German language. List should contain 5 nouns, 3 verbs, and 2 adjectives. Display the list in the following format. And this is actually extremely important. You need to specify in which format you want to have this words list. So I want to have German word, pronunciation in IPA format, so I would know how to pronounce this word. And then translation to some language you understand. For me, it will be English. And here we go. Great. Now I have my initial list of 10 German words about cooking. But wait, I already know some of these words. So we're going to the next step. Next step, refine the words list. I want to ask ChatGPT to replace words I already know with some new words. For example, I know words die Pfanne, der Ofen, kochen, and heiß. So I want to replace these words. And I say to ChatGPT like, hey, I already know these words number 1, 4, 6, and 10. Update the list and replace these words with other words of the same part of speech. Keep the rest of the words without change. Let's try it out. Sometimes ChatGPT gives you 2 versions and you need to pick the one you like more. And yeah, I think first one is better here. So I prefer this response. Okay, now it replaced words I already knew with new ones. I can review this list again and maybe there will be some words I already know as well. So this step may require multiple attempts, but usually after 2 or 3 of them, I'm more or less satisfied with the list. Here comes the interesting part. Next step, create vocabulary-based text. To make these words stick in my memory, I will ask AI to create a short story using these words. And for this task, I prefer to use another model with better reasoning capabilities. The difference is that these reasoning models, they can think a little bit more about the task you gave them and provide more accurate result. These models are available in ChatGPT as well, even for free users, but I like to use Claude Sonnet 3.7. I just need to turn on extended thinking here. And now I can ask it to create a text with my words. So I'm asking Claude, create a short story in German about cooking. Text shouldn't contain any complex grammar and must be comprehensible for language learners with A2 level. Below is the list of words. All of them should be used in the text. And then I write just list of German words without translations, without pronunciations, and I wrap it in this format. It's kind of this XML style tags words, so model better understand where actually the list of words is. Now I need to make sure that I have extended thinking, yes, and send. Now model will think a little bit about this text, and it will write some text and then evaluate results. And I have a short story here. Okay, now we have text written, and I can go to steps 5 and 6. Now I need to read the text and find words that I don't know. For example, there is a word teig. I don't know what does it mean, so now I will extend my words list. I go back to ChatGPT, and in the same conversation, because it remembers the context of conversation, it knows that I want to create this list of words, and I will just ask it to add new word to this list. So I just say add word teig to the list in its original form. Sometimes in the text you have word in a different form, for example, in a past tense or something like that. And here I want to have the word in my list in the original form. So I just ask it to add to the list. And now you can see that it extended our nouns section with a new word teig, which means dough. And you can do the same for any words in text that are unfamiliar to you. And now the last step, to reinforce my understanding of the text and the new vocabulary, I will ask AI to create several comprehensible questions about the text. So I'll go back to my reasoning model and I just say, hey, create a list of 3 factual questions about the text. These questions will help me go through the text once again and make sure that I understand everything. And also they will serve as a good review when I will decide to get back to this vocabulary set in the future. What I like to do after the session, I create a document, some kind of report about the session. And here I include the text, questions, and the vocabulary list. This document serves as my reference material. I can review it later to reinforce what I've learned. Finally, I usually take this vocabulary list and create flashcards. I'm using Anki for it. If you want to see how I create these flashcards, just write in a comment, show me your cards, Ivan, and I will make a video about it. This routine helps to add 10 to 15 words per day in a meaningful context. Over time, it adds up to a significant vocabulary expansion. If you do it just 5 days a week, you will learn around 250 words every month. And it makes around 3,000 words per year. Most everyday conversations only use about 2,000 words, so within a year, you will have enough vocabulary for basic fluency. Experiment with different topics. Play around with prompts. I didn't spend too much time with prompt engineering here, so just wrote something that works for me. But if you will find better prompts for these cases, please share in the comment section. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what language are you learning. See you later.